And just a reminder of our Recognize Me segment. We ask you to let us know who you think this sports personality is. The clue is there, the Greek freak. That is our clue for today. And in head-to-head, we are talking about two basketballers. Who do you think was a better player, Steve Nash or Jason Kidd? And now to the cup that many people wish they would have won over the weekend. The cup that the elephant has not managed to take is here. We have a cup here. And I think we will be showing it on the screen. They're the Rugby Premier League champions. That goes to the Stanbic Black Pirates. Congratulations to the team and the fans, and to the coach who is here, Mr. Marvin Odongo. Nice meeting you, and a massive congratulations.
Thank you. Nice.
How sweet is this win? Let's start from there.
It's quite sweet. quite sweet, I must say. It's something we've been looking forward to. We've been denied the chance to lift it, and so 5 years has been a long time, and it's been pretty sweet. We've enjoyed ourselves. You're
someone who has really believed in yourselves, in the team, yeah. Tell us a bit more about that.
I'm leading a band of brothers, you know, a family out there, and I believed in them. They believed in me. And I mean, the result is here. It's quite something for us. So, yeah.
2 titles now.
Yeah, 2 titles. 2 of many. 2 of many.
Of more to come.
Yeah, more to come. We're just getting started. You know, we are a young club.
Yeah.
They say.
A young club, emphasize that. 25 years old.
Only 20, it's 26.
26
years old.
That's bad.
Only 26, but hopefully in the next 10, 15 years we'll be able to catch up with the other teams that have been here for a lot longer.
Yeah, because Cobs have won 13 titles and Evans have won 16.
Yeah.
Just to emphasize the kind of journey that Pirates have undergone. And I remember maybe 10 years ago, Pirates wanted to take the shortcut to winning a title. There were so many quick fixes where they would go and bring in some Kenyan players, and thinking that was going to do the trick. The difference that when they started winning, they went the organic way, developing players from high school. One of them is seated right here. When I think the first time I saw Marvin Odongo was him coming out of high school. Lost a schools fine or something?
No, I won a school.
Won a schools final. Yeah, they're one of the few that Namilyango don't win back in the day. Of course, these days Namilyango don't win all of them.
Yes.
Yeah, but there was a time when if Budo and Smart Kisubi won a title, it was against the odds. Yeah, because Namilyango had the bulk. So I've seen how much he's grown as a person, both first of all as a player. One of the best 8th men who did not play long enough. He should tell us why he did not play long enough. And now he's becoming, they call them tactical geniuses. Such words get a bit boring because I've seen a lot of criticism about some of his choices for the final game. He had to drop players who had been playing just because some were claiming he had to pick his friends in the team and take out the players who had played some of the games and brought in players who had last played in the first round. And sometimes some of his criticism, even however much you win, they say winning is cleansing. It hasn't cleansed him in any way. But for me, Marvin, it's about the growth that you could probably help the NTV viewers understand. For you as a person, the transition from being a player to becoming a coach, because you haven't coached long. This is only your 2nd season as part of the technical setup of the club.
Yes, it's interesting, you know, the transition from being a player to being a coach. I am now coaching my peers, people I played with, and actually some of them, one of the players coached me when I was in high school. So it's an interesting
dynamic.
Yeah, so I have to be shouting orders at him on the pitch, and it's a bit weird, but I mean it's been interesting. I've been learning 2 years now, and every day you learn something new. You learn how to handle players differently. Different players require different communication, different handling. It's really interesting. And to see that after 2 years we have this to show for our work is quite something. It's quite something for me.
Why did you make the final day boring? Because we're all waiting for the big headlines. Final day of the season. Cobs and Pirates are tied on 75 points. So we are hoping for a close game that is going to be decided by a penalty or a conversion. Then Pirates show up 23-7. That was a battering. Marvin, you owe it to the fans to be entertained. That wasn't entertaining.
No, it was entertaining for our fans. Surely, if you asked any of the Pirates fans, I think they were entertained.
Yeah, thoroughly.
Yeah, thoroughly entertained.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a season of ups and downs. We started the season pretty well, beating the defending champions.
We are Heathens on the opening day. Yeah.
And then won a few games, not too convincingly, and then lost to Cobs. Yeah. Now, after we lost to Cobs, we had a dip in form. There was a very bad dip in form. We lost a number of bonus points. And so during that period, we were really, people were questioning us and saying that maybe perhaps we were not ready to win the title. So together with my leadership team, we went back to the drawing board and looked at where we had gone wrong in the season and plugged some of those gaps. And yeah, so...
The trophy's there.
Right here.
Speak for itself.
I'm not going to say anything more. It's right here.
Marvin, congratulations once again. Now, for me, the fact that you guys, Pirates, came and broke the hegemony of Heathens and Cobs in itself. Just how satisfying is that? Because it was always the two, and you guys win it not just by beating other teams, but by exactly beating the two, Cobs and Heathens. So how satisfying is it? That's one. Two, this is your second after 5 years.
Yes.
So
yes,
perhaps
the next one is 2028.
Yeah, you might have won this. Maybe is it the right time to start actually talking about you in the same sentence as Cobs and Heathens, or you've got to at least first do your first title defense for you to get into that conversation?
No, I mean our target now is definitely the title defense. We hope to defend it for 5 to 10 years consecutively. Wow. So while many people might not think we should be in this conversation, I think generally while we haven't been successful, and I think it's been a bit unfortunate that we haven't won as many, I think we are the best team in the land. In fact, no, I know we are the best team in the land. For the past 2 or 3 years, we've lost games here and there, maybe because we as an organization had missed a few steps here and there, but generally I think we've been the best team in the land for a while.
I personally still regret the years Pirates spent trying to get quick fixes. And some of those really hurt because when you would see the team develop and bring in a lot of young players, most of you I think coming out of SMAC, then every time they go into a situation where they could win, then they would change, they would tilt that and bring someone else who they thought was better, not giving some of those players an opportunity. Now, over the past few years, what has changed that I notice is that they are going to trust the young players to make mistakes and grow. For some of us who have seen, for example, Conrad Wanyama, one of their better players, the scrummer, come out, and when he first came to the pitch, or when you see Alex Aturinda and see the kind of growth that he's undergone, or Thomas Chisiga, it's satisfying that the era of the quick fix was eventually banished. And whoever took that decision has got to be one of the biggest friends of Pirates, because when they were taking it, the one who would bring in the quick fixes was an enemy of the club. But Marvin, there's something that has happened with the club, and I want us to divert from the technical things, and I know you're not only a coach, you're also part of management of the club. How much has Pirates having their home at Kings Park in Boyogerere helped the club in whatever way it has? Maybe financially, that now the revenue stream that comes in goes to the club's coffers, or the ability to train when you want.
Yeah.
The hours that the players will get on the pitch that they wouldn't if they are playing at Legends and Chadon, where teams have to share pitches.
Yeah, I mean, having our home ground has been really important for us. We've been there for maybe 3 or 4 years now, and before we moved there, while at Legends, we had to train on half a pitch, and I mean, training on half a pitch and yet you're going to play on a full pitch is,
I know,
it's a bit complex, you know. So for us, it's been quite something, and big ups to the people, the management who came up with this idea. They have really they changed it a lot for us, because now we have an address. The boys know that even after we won on Saturday, everyone was just like, let's go back home, you know. We're going home. So I mean, anybody wants to have a home, you know. Like even those of us who are working in the corporates, we work to get money so that we can build our own homes. We don't want to rent, you know. So yeah, it's quite something for us.
And just to add on that, getting your home in Boyogere, of course, you want to tap into the community.
Yes, definitely.
Because when you have a community, you really have a home.
Yeah.
So how much do you feel you are welcomed, or how much do you feel that the community there actually welcomes and appreciates you? And what is the club doing to get more into the community, so that even someone from Moyogere joins Pirates and they're like, this is our son. He's in
I would imagine if you picked a child from the Moyogere community, there are schools around there, and then he played for Pirates, he's going to come with all his hobbies,
Exactly.
and all these become fans.
Yes, and of course that's the plan. But of course with COVID and everything, there's a bit of disruption in ordinary operations. But as a club, I think our plan then was to have the community own us, you know, like we were part of that community properly. And we have a Totals tournament, a Totals training program every Saturday, where we have kids from the community come in and train and learn the game. On match days, we also have some of the boys come in and run as ball boys and the like. And you know, they are beginning to enjoy being part of the community. We have a few of the border guys from the stage who come and help us out. Nice. You know, so we are building. We are not yet at the level of perhaps Chadundo that has been a bit more established in that area, but with time, of course, rugby is not a very popular sport, but in the community we are doing our best, and with time they'll be able to come on board, and very soon we'll probably have the entire Pirates team made up of people from the Burger area.
And that activation, of course, can be backed by your sponsors. They can
yes, Stanbic Bank.
It works for the both of you.
Exactly, yes. It's something that has been, I'm sure management has had these discussions, and hopefully in maybe a few months we'll have something serious going on.
I did ask, ball girls, do you have ball girls?
Yes, a few of them. Girls are not usually allowed to leave home, I guess, so not many of them come around, but I think I've seen 1 or 2 of them come. She's pretty good. The one who I've seen is pretty good. Better than all the boys, actually.
I think as you delve more into the community, the parents will trust you more.
And
definitely. Then once they come and see what you're up to, that depends on how your sponsors, get deep into the community, and then you can attract, and they are confident that you guys are safe to be with, and then they'll come.
And I know when Marvin said girls are not allowed to leave home, I think of asking him, do you have a daughter?
No, I have a son.
You have a son. Yes. Would you allow, if you'd allow your daughter to go around sports?
Yeah, I mean, I would, because Kings Park is a safe area. We have a ladies team at Kings Park, so the ladies taking care of the ladies if they come. And even the men are gentlemen, really.
I want to ask you a question that someone gave me earlier today when we put up the billboard that Marvin Odongo is going to be on the show. And he said, I wanted to ask Marvin that at the time he came out of high school and came into rugby, the attraction was either Cobs or Heathens. Why didn't he join either of the two and ended up in Pirates, which you would call a third force? How do you end up then with Pirates and not one of the other? Because I would imagine when you came out of high school, you had won a championship. You're one of the best players from your class. You must have been a schools tournament MVP, and all these. I would imagine Cobs and Pirates want you. Then you say no, I'm black.
I mean, I am black.
Yeah, but the same way it sang for Bama. But why? How do you take that decision?
One, Pirates had been running a training program with Budo at the time, and we still do run it now. So the coaching that we were receiving then was from Pirates players, you know, and so it was a little easier to make the decision. But also, I mean, I felt like the other clubs were maybe they were made already, you know, they were made. I wanted to get into an environment where there was a challenge, you know. A challenge is good. A challenge is good, and for me, when you got into Pirates, the challenge was good. It was always good to step up to the field knowing nobody thought you could do anything, and then you turn up. And well, today we have 2 trophies. When I joined the club, we didn't have any of that.
There was so much dust.
There was a lot of dust. And we have some cleaners now. We are cleaning it up.
Marvin,
and you know his school, as you go to that question.
Yes. We are the Nationals champions.
I think Budo, okay, these days the schools, the Nationals champions this time, but by the time you won, that was probably only the 2nd title King's College Budo had won in schools rugby. Because the previous, I remember Alan Musoke winning 1.
Yeah, so when we won, the last one had been won in 2004, I think.
Yeah.
We had won 2003 and 2004.
Yes. Then
2010.
Then 2010.
Yes.
So there was a bit of a lull because there's a time when it was Budo against anyone, you knew.
Yes.
The silver medal was Budo's.
No.
I don't know whether the usual suspect Jude Mugabe is a Cubs fan or Heathens, but
he's a Pirate.
He's giving you kudos here. He says winning coach and captain. Now you were a bit disappointed, of course, very disappointed because you didn't win the Uganda Cup.
Yes, definitely.
And now we're going into a phase.
And you remember the manner in which the Uganda Cup was decided. Yeah, because
I think
the way Cubs lost to Heathens, coin toss, then Heathens get to the final, then almost similar scenario.
I mean, just how close were you? And now we are talking title defense next season. Now you have more responsibility. You're not just expected to defend it, but the Judes need a double.
Yes, definitely.
Even a sweep.
To our fans, they've been with us. They've been with us when we were not at our best, and this trophy really is for them. You know, they've had some hard days. You see, Twitter today has been crazy, but it's because
people have been sharing receipts since last night.
Those people have had some tough days on there, you know. Everybody hates a good team, so when you start winning, nobody's happy, you know. And now we are winning. I can assure you, we are in charge.
Oh wow!
Nobody
this
should
is beautiful.
Nobody. They should forget about all these other things.
The statement is clear.
The bandits are in charge.
Oh wow!
And I don't think we want to go anywhere. We are here to stay. We shall be defending this. We are coming for the 7s, and we shall be coming for the Uganda Cup. It was the one that got away last year. This year it just got away. We ran out of time. We ran out of time, and this time I don't think we'll be running out of time. We have better plans now.
Okay, so where is the party?
The party is at Kings Park Arena. That's the home ground in Bweyogere, in Wakiso. You are very welcome. It's an open invite.
When is that?
Before you let Marvin go, Marvin, let me ask. It's a silent rule or an unknown rule that athletes go slow on the drink. But in Pirates, it seems to fuel them. How does it happen? Not Pirates, rugby. Rugby. How does it happen?
I actually do not know the genesis of rugby and beer. But it seems to be a match made in heaven. Even at the international level. You know, it's when teams play and after the game they're sharing a beer in the dressing room. I don't know what the history is. And there are many players who don't drink, many players who are Muslim or just do not drink. But I mean,
It's just pride.
And then in Uganda, the fans are also behave like players.
I think that's the only area where the fans match you.
Yeah. but Marvin, first of all, I want to extend my vote of thanks that you accepted to come to the show. I've seen you, I first saw you, I think, in high school, yeah, when you're playing, because now I've seen you develop, and then the unfortunate circumstances of a shoulder problem that got you out of playing at a time. These things they say at funerals, at the time when we did most, at least you're still alive. Maybe some people don't even mean it. But I was a big fan when you played, and some of these we've shared. But we haven't had a conversation in quite some time. Of course, I was hoping to call you when you finish second. But then you come here as a champion, so
the devil is a liar.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the kind of development you've undergone as a player, and then now a bit like the tactical genius. So these are the things that warm our hearts, we who are sports fans and come to these forums and speak ourselves hoarse for the last 14 years. Stories like yours are very satisfying to some of us. Yeah.
Yes, and we'll be taking a break there, thanks to Marvin Odongo, who definitely knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. We'll be right back right after this.